Modern culture treats confidence like a volume dial. The goal is often presented as grabbing that slider and pushing it to maximum capacity. Raw momentum requires direction. In the real world, highly certain people who lack the skills to back up their bravado frequently cause catastrophic failures, oblivious to the cliff edge until they are already in freefall. At the exact opposite end of the spectrum, some of the most brilliant and highly competent individuals on the planet struggle with crippling self-doubt, second-guessing every move they make. That contradiction exposes the flaw in the "believe in yourself" mantra. If the loudest people are crashing the car and the smartest people are terrified to drive, relying on blind self-belief is a broken metric. If genuine confidence is not an inherent personality trait or a feeling you can simply manifest, what is the scientific reality? When we treat confidence purely as an internal emotion, completely divorced from our actual capabilities in the physical world, it rapidly becomes a very dangerous liability. This graph illustrates the cognitive psychological view of confidence. We plot actual competence along the bottom x-axis against perceived ability on the y-axis. Trouble starts in this quadrant, an individual possessing low actual skill, but abnormally high perceived ability. Psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger identified this specific cognitive misfire as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Individuals sitting here lack metacognition, the ability to evaluate their own thought processes. They do not know enough to recognize their incompetence, which inflates their certainty. Now look at the inverse. An individual with high actual competence, but abnormally low perceived ability. This is imposter syndrome. In this quadrant, a person's expertise makes them hyper-aware of exactly how much they don't know, and that awareness suppresses their self-assessment. Both profiles are forms of cognitive delusion. Maintaining certainty without the competence to support it represents a psychological failure. The psychological sweet spot is calibration, a state where your perceived ability aligns with your actual competence along this one-to-one diagonal trendline. This loop requires the brain to accept data that contradicts its own self-image. When a person prioritizes their ego over accuracy, they reflexively discard negative results, blaming external factors to avoid the discomfort of updating their internal map. True self-efficacy requires participating in this feedback loop over and over, allowing objective reality to override emotional self-perception. A truly confident person is rarely the loudest voice in the room. They more closely resemble a focused explorer studying a map. A calibrated person understands they will eventually fail. Their trust is not in their perfection, but in their ability to extract data from that failure and learn from it. Admitting ignorance by saying, "I don't know," proves the depth of an individual's psychological calibration. This allows us to move past fragile hacks, like power posing, empty blind affirmations, or trying to fake expertise. These methods do not build self-efficacy. Cognitive psychology focuses on the relentless accuracy of your self-assessment, which provides more stability than the pursuit of feeling bulletproof. When you ignore the ego and focus on building actual competence, you stop needing to manufacture certainty. Genuine confidence becomes the natural, unavoidable byproduct of the work.